semua, Assalamualaikum. Saya Farah dan anda sedang menonton vlog siri by #thefaralin. Kalau korang perasan, sebenarnya kita sudah mengharungi Ramadan selama 18 hari. Kita melalui bulan puasa, bulan Ramadan sendiri. Jadi untuk video kali ni, memandangkan semalam pun adalah nuzul Al-Quran dan bulan Ramadan ni sendiri adalah bulan Al-Quran tu. So saya ingin berkongsi satu cerita mengenai Al-Quran. So cerita ni adalah inspirasi daripada seorang sahabat saya. Okay, so the story goes like this. So this friend of mine, she's currently working. Okay, sekarang ni dia bekerja dan sadly her work nature is that she has to work for almost 24-hour shift. That's the nature of her work. Dan I still remember when we were talking to each other, she told me that she find difficulties in reading the Quran. What she meant by difficulties is actually to find the time to read the Quran because of her work shift. She cannot even selit masa in between her working hours to read a few verses of the Quran. Okay, she told me that she felt very sad. She feels very sad because of this, and she consulted me and asked me should she just quit her job. But at the same time, there are so many responsibilities and commitment, she still has to work. She said the struggle was that it's very difficult for her to find the time. By the time she got back home, she was already tired, and even though she put the intention that she wants to read the Quran on that day, but she just couldn't find the time to do it. I think it has been like that for quite a few weeks. She's struggling with this condition. Amazingly, she said, as she reflected on what can she do to improve her days so that she can read the Quran on a daily basis. So she told me that because her work nature itself requires a long hour shift and she has to get up early in the morning. So what she did was that usually she will woke up at 5:30 or almost 6 for Fajr prayer and just getting ready to go to work. And so she said what she changed back then was she tried to wake up an hour early from her usual waking hour. So as she woke up 1 hour early, what she did was that she utilized that time to start her day with reading the Quran. So this is what she has started to do for, I would say, almost a few months. And amazingly, she said, as she starts her day with reading the Quran, throughout her days, usually most of the time, it runs smoothly. Of course, the workload is a lot. There's also stresses. There's no denying when you work and there are so many things to do. The stresses is there, but she said she felt a lot calmer, and Alhamdulillah. And surprisingly, she said, once she has started to do this new routine, she actually has more time to even read the Quran after she got back home. Amazing. I mean, how it is that when she put Allah first before her work, because before this, she really worries about her work as well. Should she quit? And as we reflected with this new routine, she said she reflected that all this while she has put the commitment and the trust more towards the work. She didn't put tawakkal in Allah. So when she started to change her routine and starting her day in reading the Quran, Alhamdulillah, Allah really make ease for her days, and even Allah grant her to read the Quran more on a daily basis, which is so amazing. I'm sharing this story with you guys because I feel like this is the month of Ramadan, and it's also the month of Quran. So there are a few people who has been asking me I want to read the Quran, but I don't have the time to do it because of my work, because of my family, my child. For those who already have child, they consult me with this concern, and there's also some concerns I don't even know how to read the Quran. Some also consult me and confess and say that they don't even know to read the Quran, and they want to start to read the Quran. So for me, I think first and foremost is you need to be clear with your attention. um, why are you reading the Quran? Is it because everyone is reading the Quran and you feel like you need to read the Quran, or is it because of Allah itself? Of course, I'm not saying that the first intention, like, oh, everyone is reading the Quran and you feel like the drive to do it. That is good. There's nothing wrong with that. But maybe try to take a step back and just reflect on your own intention. Are you reading the Quran because of other people? And are you putting the Quran, like reading the Quran, and associate it with people instead of associating it with Allah? Okay, and I remember, as I mentioned in my previous video, how right now I'm following the series of Surah Yusuf by Noman Ali Khan. During the introduction part of the series, I remember Ustaz Noman Ali Khan said that when we read the Quran, we need to be clear that the Quran itself is a guidance for us. It's not a tool for you to like find the verses in the Quran and like support whatever views or whatever thoughts that you have, whatever opinions that you have on certain things. That is not the purpose of the Quran. That's what Ustaz said. The purpose of the Quran, it was revealed to us as huda, which means it is revealed to us as a guidance, sebagai petunjuk. Okay, so it's when I heard that, it really got me reflected. How exactly do we see our relationship with the Quran? And I think it's a good time to reflect. Of course, many of us, there are struggles that we face when it comes to Quran itself. Some may find struggle to read it on a daily basis. Some may find struggle to even read the Quran because they don't know how to read the Quran. Some may be blessed with like reading the Quran. They're able to read the Quran like 1 juzuk per day, like because Ramadan, right? Some people are blessed with that. They have the ability to read the Quran on a daily basis. They can read the Quran properly without any struggle. No matter what phase you are in terms of reading the Quran and improving your relationship with Quran, I think each phases, they have their own struggles itself. There's also the blessing in every phases. For example, you put yourself as someone who cannot read the Quran but you want to read the Quran. So the good thing is Allah has put that intention in you. Allah has put that wants in you to read the Quran. Maybe the struggle, the hard, the challenging part is to read the Quran. So what can you do? There are many ways where you can do to start reading the Quran. Maybe you can just start by listening to the audio, like, because I know in the internet there's a lot of audio, and even in our smartphone there's the app for Quran with the audio inserted together with it. So you can start by listening to the audio and then slowly try to follow the audio. That's one way that you can start. Another situation would be that, like what I've shared on my friend who find it struggle to read the Quran on a daily basis. So if you cannot start to do it on a daily basis, maybe try, you see on your own capacity. Maybe in a week, maybe you put a target. Okay, I want to try to read the Quran at least 3 times for this week. That is good. And gradually, when you are consistent, like, okay, in a week you can read 3 days of Quran. I'm sorry, like 3 days you can read the Quran. So after you have like achieved that consistency, you can increase it. Like, okay, next time let's do it 4 times, and then okay, 5 times, and eventually, inshallah, you can read the Quran on a daily basis. For me, what really important is that consistency and that will that you want to read the Quran, you want to connect with the Quran. Hopefully you become a better believer, better servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, I guess that's just the simple sharing that I want to share with you guys. The most important thing is consistency. So take care everyone. Selamat berpuasa, and hopefully we will utilize the remaining days of Ramadan, and inshallah Allah will grant us to meet Lailatul Qadar. Inshallah we'll see each other again. Bye bye.